Jim, what are your reflections on that one today?
As always, James, we're disappointed to lose the game. First and foremost, we worked hard all week preparing for it. Hearts didn't cause us too many surprises in terms of how they approached the game. They are quite a counter-attacking team, and we knew the threat they had with the pace they had up top. But goals change games. It's as simple as that. I thought Hearts in the opening 15-20 minutes were the better team, and we probably gave them a little bit too much time and a little bit too much space on the ball. It took us till after the goal to really impose ourselves on them and go press the game a little bit higher up the pitch. And I thought once we'd done that, then we came back into the game. But I can't stand here and deny the fact that Hearts deserved to go in front and deservedly had the lead at half time. Second half I thought we were a lot better. I thought we played the majority of the second half in Hearts' territory. Which again, you could say, well, Hearts have got the lead to hang on to and they're sitting a little bit deeper. But I thought if anybody was going to go and get that next goal, I felt it was going to be us. Hearts had hit us on the counter a couple of occasions, through a little bit of sloppiness in our possession. But the second goal is the one that kind of frustrates me more than anything, because Boyce is always looking to shift that ball back onto his right foot. We need to do more to keep him on his weaker side, and then we probably need to get a little bit higher, quicker, to put pressure on the shot. And Jack Annick doesn't need me to point out that 9 times out of 10 Jack would save that. But Jack has been one of our most consistent players since he's came to the club. So I'm certainly not going to have too many fingers pointed at Jack at this period. He's been brilliant for us. He'll be fine. There's no issue whatsoever. But at 2-0, we give ourselves a mountain to climb. It's as simple as that. But I still believe there was enough time on the clock, and we score a really good goal. Joe getting on the end of a Tanzer cross, a really well worked goal. And then obviously there's the incident after that where Christian finds himself getting sent off, and 11v11 against Hearts is tough enough, but when you're playing with a man less, it makes life a whole lot more difficult.
How frustrating was that red card, given it comes straight away after we feel like we've got ourselves a foot back in the match?
Yeah, there was probably about 4 minutes maybe left of normal time, and then obviously the fourth official has added another 5 on, so we had plenty of time there. 11v11 at 2-1. Hearts were starting to get a little bit anxious and a wee bit tense, and you felt that if we had kept Deno on the pitch, we would obviously give ourselves a better chance. But we had to go for it at that moment in time. We threw Joe up top just to get 2 up there to cause the Hearts back lads a bit more of a problem. But we didn't have any further opportunities, unfortunately. I thought Hearts managed the game through stoppage time. Quite a few experienced pros out there running the clock down, which can't fault them for that. We would look to do the same ourselves, but I'm disappointed. It was never going to be an easy game. Hearts showed that against Celtic last weekend, but I did believe there was an opportunity for us to do something positive today, and unfortunately we haven't been able to do that.
What did you make of the performance? If the result was obviously disappointing, were you happy enough with some aspects of the performance today?
Yeah, look, you're never happy obviously in defeat, and I know a number of fans would probably love you just to come out and say we were rubbish and we deserved to lose the game. I don't think we were rubbish. I thought in the first 20 minutes, like I said, we weren't at it. We just didn't cope well enough with the movement and the rotation of the Hearts front players. But for the last 70 minutes of the game, I didn't think there was a great deal between the two teams really. As I said, second half we were dominating the ball. We were starting to get McGrath on the ball a bit more. We know the influence that he has on the game when we can get him involved in it. And we had opportunities. Greg Kiltie puts a great ball across the face where you're just wanting someone to gamble and take a chance on it and maybe get a tap in the middle of the 6-yard box. But look, it wasn't to be, James, unfortunately. We never like to lose any games, especially here at home in front of our own fans. But in fairness to the players, they kept going. They didn't let their heads go down, and they tried to get something from the game. Unfortunately, it just wasn't to be.
A break from the league, we go to Livingston next week in the Cup. How much are you hoping to maybe try and emulate what we did last season in the Cup and go on a bit of a run?
Of course, yeah. Every competition we go into, we want to do well in it, and it's another difficult game. There are no easy games. Just said that to the players after the game there, in terms of the league, there are absolutely no straightforward games this season. Every single team is going to be up against it, and I don't think there's another team out there that would look at any of their fixtures and think that they're going to be straightforward. And Livingston is no different. Premier League opposition. Away from home, we would have preferred it obviously being here, especially with the restrictions lifting on Monday. We would have had a decent crowd in here, I think. But yeah, we've got to go there and roll our sleeves up. You know what you're going to get with Livy. They're a hard-working, physical team, and we want to go far in the cup. It's as simple as that. We tasted Hampden last season on a couple of occasions, and it would be great to get back there again and be able to bring the fans with us this time round. But there are no easy games, James. No easy games whatsoever. Livingston, followed by Celtic in the league, and then a couple of decent home games after that with St Johnstone and Dundee United to look forward to.
Great to be back into the swing of things. Just in terms of that game next week, the transfer window obviously still open. Is there any chance of any new faces in before then?
We're working away as we always are, and we will do right up until the window shuts. We have identified one or two players. Some of them haven't started the season for their clubs for one reason or another, and we've made inquiries about those players. There's been ongoing talks, as there always is, but nothing is straightforward. The players that we're talking to are trying to talk to are of a good quality, and hence why the managers that they're working with at the moment don't want to leave them out. But we're not done yet. I still certainly feel as if we need to add a bit of pace to the team, and that's what we're trying to do.
Jim, thanks very much for your time.
Okay, thanks, James.